So, another week and another crazy Japanese video game. This week I've been playing No More Heroes, Heroes in Paradise, which is kind of a port, up-resing kind of thing. Basically, No More Heroes already came out for the Nintendo Wii, but now it's out on the PS3 and it's got HD graphics and changed up controls. It uses the PlayStation Move, which I don't have, so I just have to, use a standard controller. But anyways, the game's been out for a while now on the Wii, but it just reached the PS3. But is it any good? Does the translation from the Wii to the PlayStation, work? The controls, does it need the motion controls? Is it fun? Does it feel like just a crappy upscaled Wii game? Well, here's my opinion of No More Heroes, Heroes in Paradise. No More Heroes is the story of Travis Touchdown, a down-on-his-luck kind of nerdy guy who needs a little money, so he decides to become an international assassin. And obviously, throughout the course of the game, Travis has to go around killing every one of the assassins above him so he can become the #1 assassin in the world. You know, that old story. If for some reason this story sounds weird and out of left field for you, then obviously you've never played a game from Suda51. Basically, Suda is this really weird Japanese guy that makes really weird Japanese games. A couple of weeks ago I reviewed Shadows of the Damned, which is actually one of his newer games, and this game is one of the older games that just recently made it to the PlayStation 3. At its heart, No More Heroes is actually kind of a parody of video game culture. And most of that really centers around the character of Travis Touchdown himself. I mean, let's face facts, Travis Touchdown is such a loser. I mean, just look at him there. He's totally one of those nerds that thinks just because he plays a lot of video games he can like swing a sword around and look all awesome, when clearly he just looks like an ass. And his bedroom's full of like action figures and stuff that he collects. I mean, what a loser. I mean, one of his main motivations is doing this so that a girl will have sex with him. I mean, if only he could get women like I do. Essentially, the game boils down to you having to go and fight all 11 of these badass, super assassins so that you can become the greatest badass super assassin in the ranking system. But like every other video game, a boss battle wouldn't be a boss battle unless you had to fight through waves and waves of mindless goons. Basically, you enter in the arena area, you fight through all the sort of themed bad guys, themed after wherever you are, a school or a baseball field or whatever, and then you get to the boss, and then you have a big old boss battle, and there's a cutscene, and then you beat the guy, and then you rank up. As just sort of a mindless hack and slash running through a bunch of bad guys till you get to a boss, the game works really well. The combat can feel a little repetitive at times, but that's not my major beef with the game. One of the things that I really didn't like about the game so much is that after you beat one of these bosses and get to the next rank, you can't get to the next boss until you get enough money to enter in the fee or whatever the hell it is. Essentially what this means is after you beat this big ol' epic boss, you have to go back to doing stupid side missions and mini-games and stuff. Sometimes you get to do the assassination missions, which can be kind of fun, the little variety. They have different sorts of things that you do in the assassination missions, but you also have to do these part-time job things like mowing lawns and collecting coconuts. It gives the game a sort of retro throwbacky feel that a lot of people will enjoy, but I don't, because I just want to go back to fighting the bad guys and stuff. Also, outside of the side missions and the actual battles, you can drive around this sort of, I wouldn't say open world sandbox, because there's not a whole hell of a lot to do, but kind of an overworld that you can drive around on a motorcycle, but the motorcycle is incredibly hard to control, and outside of that, there's not a lot to do. You can also go around, you can buy new outfits and find new outfits and buy upgrades for your laser katana that's totally not a lightsaber. If anyone tells you it's a lightsaber, it's totally not. But essentially the meat and the potatoes of the game is going out there and fighting dudes and cutting people in pieces and blood and guts and gore and all that stuff. No More Heroes is not a terrible game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not a game that I enjoy playing all that much. I can see why people enjoy it. I can see why people have fun with it, and it's not bad. It's not that it's not fun. I just didn't really enjoy the experience. It was a little bit repetitive. I can see why somebody would like it. It's just not for me. I'm not really into it. I have a hard time putting my finger on why I just didn't really enjoy it. It just felt kind of, to me it felt repetitive, and it just, a lot of the problems. I don't like going on a killing mission and then having to mow somebody's backyard so I can get enough money to kill. I don't know. It just kind of, I think it's just too inaccessible for me.